Environment and welcome everyone. Oh, good, thank you. Welcome everyone to the Environment and Sustainability Committee number 25 of 02, 18th of March 2025. Councillors in attendance are Councillor Madsen, Councillor Augustine, Councillor Jonik, Mayor Teresa Harding, and online is Councillor Antonelli. No apologies, and I'll now do the acknowledgement of country. Ipswich City Council respectfully acknowledges the traditional owners as custodians of the land and waters we share. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, as the keepers of the traditions, customs, cultures and the stories of proud people. Members present, are there any declarations of interest? There being no declaration of interest, I'll move on to business outstanding. There's no business outstanding listed in the agenda. Next item on the agenda is confirmation of minutes of the Environment and Sustainability Committee number 2025-01 on the 18th of February 2025. Are there any questions with regard to the minutes? If there's no questions, I'd ask for a mover. Yep, Councillor Augustine, and a seconder, Councillor Jonik. And the motion is that the minutes of the Environment and Sustainability Committee held on the 18th of February 2025 be confirmed. All in favour? Councillor Antonelli?
Affirmative. Good,
thank you, Councillor Antonelli. I'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is officers' reports. And that item is the City of Ipswich Urban Greening Plan, Greening Plan 2022 to 2042 Progress Report. The urban greening is established as an important part of making a modern city resilient and livable. It has the added benefit of protecting vegetation and wildlife. The urban forest, urban corridors and vegetation within public and private realms make up what we refer to as urban greening. You right there, Councillor Antonelli? The City of Ipswich Urban Greening Plan 2022 to 2042, endorsed by Council in August, sets out an informed and evidence-based direction in achieving increased vegetation cover in priority areas within the urban footprint of Ipswich to best achieve the multiple benefits it can provide. The progress report demonstrates the achievements of the first 2 years of the implementation of the plan. Do any councillors have any questions of the council officer? There being no question, I ask for a mover. Perhaps the Mayor, perhaps you could move it. Move. Good. And maybe I'll get Councillor Antonelli to second it. Just make sure he's there. Councillor Antonelli?
I'm here.
Good. Thank you.
Well, as the mover, I'm delighted to speak to it.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair.
I'll just read the motion first that you're going to speak to. The recommendation is the Council receives and notes the contents of the progress report for the City of Ipswich Urban Greening Plan 2022 to 2042. Discussion and Mayor.
Thank you. As a member, I'm happy to speak to this. Thank you, Chair. The heat mapping and analysis of percentage canopy cover per suburb, as well as the Bureau of Statistics socially vulnerable data, together provided evidence for Council to prioritise the greening projects in this progress report. In particular, Raceview, Goodnar and Ipswich Central and Brassall were identified as suburbs in each division, requiring our biggest focus for urban greening in the future. With a view to improving both canopy cover and connectivity, we have planted 860 street trees across all 4 divisions. Now, it will take a few years before we see the full benefits from these plantings, but as the trees grow, so too will the benefits of the shade and the cooling that they will provide over our walking paths and bike paths. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, Mayor. I'd just like to say a few words about the report. It covers a lot of territory, and an example of some things that it covers that aren't usually covered in such reports is that it gives a decision-making guide for the use of nesting boxes used by councils in our parks and reserves. And I'm often asked about nesting boxes in our reserves and why don't we have more of them. And as Mayor has indicated, the report deals with heat mapping, which shows the urgent need for more urban greening. And are there anyone else want to make a contribution? Councillor Antonelli, do you want to make a contribution?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Okay. That being the case, I'll put it to the vote. All in favour? Carried. Right, moving on to the next item.
Supported.
Oh, good. Sorry, Councillor Antonelli. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is item number 3 on the agenda, Sustainability Strategy Progress Report, March 2025. This is a report concerning the progress in implementing Ipswich City Council's Sustainability Strategy 2021 to 2026. The strategy and its associated implementation plan are in their 4th year of implementation. These set out several actions over the 5-year period, and as of February 2025, 67% are marked completed. Some of the actions and substantial projects within themselves and are implemented over multiple years and or ongoing in nature. Do any of the councillors present require any questions to be answered by a council officer? If they don't, I'll ask for a mover, Councillor Augustine and Councillor Madsen. The recommendation is that the report titled Sustainability Strategy Implementation March 2025 be received and noted. And anyone want to have a discussion, Mayor? Councillor Augustine, you had your light on.
Thank you, Chair. I welcome the new action for improving the sustainable efforts and supporting the sustainability transition of community residents and businesses. I would like to note just a couple of achievements to date. Firstly, the progress of the rooftop, the rooftop solar project, in particularly on Nicholas Street Library. You can actually see all the solar panels if you look from the windows out there. So that's a great start. Yeah. The second one is the LED lighting upgrade to the Ipswich Art Gallery, where we replace 600 plus lights with efficient LED lighting technology, which this practice in lighting really takes care and presentation of the artworks. And the third one is the renewable energy power purchasing agreement between us and CleanCo. I was just out there yesterday and I see what really good work that they do in that renewable space, and also engaging with all the other businesses in the area as well, so supplying energy to them as well. So yeah, it's a good space to be in and really going forward. So thank you, and I'll be supporting this.
Thank you, Councillor Augustine. Mayor?
Thank you, Chair. Since the launch of our sustainability strategy, Council has led by example and increased its sustainability efforts. Street lighting efficiency improvements, solar upgrades, a renewable energy power purchasing agreement, and the addition of 2 electric vehicles to our fleet are some of the 52 actions that have been undertaken by this Council over the past 3.5 years. So I think it's really great to have that progress update. So thank you, Chair.
Thanks, Mayor. As Chair of the Environment and Sustainability Committee, I take a keen interest in sustainability within Council, and I'd like to congratulate Council officers and councillors who have worked so hard to improve sustainability of the Ipswich City Council. Recently I joined the Mayor, Councillor Martin, and Councillor Doyle and Councillor Augustine for the presentation of lanyards to the Ipswich Youth Advisory Committee. Committee? It is committee? Yep. And one of the questions we were asked was at that presentation of lanyards. These are lanyards, by the way. All of the youth advisory got lanyards with their photographs on them. And one of the questions we were asked was, what was Council doing for the youth of Ipswich and, you know, future Ipswichians? And I was pleased to point out the focus that Council has on sustainability, and I was able to give a number of examples, including the solar panels on the roof, which they could see from just outside here, I was able to point out to them that we were making great steps with regard to sustainability. Does anyone else want to say anything? Councillor Antonelli?
No, I'm happy with that. Thank you.
Good. Well, if no one else wishes to make a contribution, I'd ask all in favour? Councillor Antonelli?
Affirmative.
Good. Well, that's unanimous and carried. Next item on the agenda is notices of motion. I don't have any on the agenda. After that, matters arising. Again, I don't have any matters arising. Next is questions / general business. Does anyone have any general business? Then the next item is procedural motions and formal matters. The meeting commenced at 12:57 and ended at 1:08 p.m. Thanks, everyone.